History of Astronomy Timeline by Danielle, Hannah, and Kyle. The Mesopotamians existed during 4000 BC and were the first astronomers to have written records. They created early observatories called ziggurats, which they used to determine seasons.
During the same time as the Mesopotamians, the Egyptians started building pyramids and other buildings in respect to the sun, stars, or cardinal directions.
Between 3000 and 2500 BC, Stonehenge was built, and much like the Egyptians, Stonehenge was aligned with the summer and winter solstices, along with the sun and the moon.
During 12,000 BC, the Chinese recorded 900 solar eclipses, 600 lunar eclipses, along with meteor showers and comets.
Thales was a merchant who was sent to Egypt to gather ancient knowledge on math. Thales also predicted a total solar eclipse, but no one is completely sure as how he did that.
Another astronomer during this time period was Pythagoras, and he developed a model of the solar system including celestial bodies as spheres and celestial bodies moving in a circular motion.
The Babylonians during 500 BC became interested in the sun, moon, and the planets because of their belief in astrology. The Babylonians discovered the configurations of planets and their synodic period.
Aristotle in mid-300 BC argued that all celestial bodies must be circular because circular objects can move forever. He proved that the Earth had to be spherical, and it would make sense if all celestial bodies were spherical as well.
Aristarchus around 2 to 300 BC was one of the first to apply geometry to astronomy to try to figure out the distance to the moon. He also argued that the Earth moved around the sun, which was a rejected theory.
Erasmus also used geometry in astronomy. He tried to calculate the size of the Earth.
Hipparchus in 134 BC refined Aristarchus' method of finding distances to the sun and the moon. Hipparchus also discovered a new star which he began keeping a catalog of the brightest stars. Descriptions of the catalog included 850 stars.
Mesoamericans around 1000 AD built monuments and buildings in alignment to the sunrises and sunsets at equinoxes and solstices. They were also particularly interested in Venus and had important cultural events during certain positions of Venus.
Ptolemy in the 2nd century completed a geocentric system that could account for all planets and their movements.
Arabs and Muslims between 700 and 1200 AD became interested in astronomy for the purpose of keeping time and to use for navigation.
Copernicus in the late 15th century proposed the first fully developed heliocentric model of the solar system.
Tycho Brahe in the late 16th century had a great reputation amongst astronomers, and he denied the heliocentric theory, which delayed its acceptance in society. Brahe also made many of his own instruments using as much metal as he could to prevent warping from wood.
In the same time as Brahe, Galileo was using the telescope to make important observations of the sun, moon, stars, and planets. He soon realized that the moon wasn't flat.
Johann Kepler in the 17th century discovered the 3 laws of planetary motion.
In the same time period, Sir Isaac Newton was discovering the 3 laws of motion while also making contributions to the optics, and he built the first practical reflecting telescope.
Edmund Halley in the early 18th century computed the orbit of Halley's Comet.
In the 19th century, Albert Einstein came up with the theory of relativity, or commonly known as E equals mc squared.
Niels Bohr in the early to mid-20th century developed the basic idea what the atom looks like.
Wolfgang Pauli around the same time discovered the exclusive principle in the spin theory, or the structure of matter theory.
Heisenberg in the late 20th century was one of the creators of quantum mechanics, for which he won a Nobel Prize in physics.
Edwin Hubble during the same time played a crucial role in the field of extragalactic astronomy and is known for showing recessional velocity increases when further away from the Earth. George Lemaitre was the first known person to propose the expansion of the universe theory along with the Big Bang theory. Robert Oppenheimer in the mid-20th century made contributions to the theory of neutron stars, black holes, quantum mechanics, and cosmic ray interactions. Fred Halley is commonly known for the theory of stellar nucleosynthesis. Zayas and Wilson discovered cosmic microwave background radiation towards the end of the 20th century. Armstrong and Aldrin were the first men to walk on the moon in 1969.